still. Well, not still. It's March 24th. I'm cleaning my space. I'm trying to clean my space. I have a client. I mean, I'm not scared. I'm not. But after the last time, was it the last time? Or 2 times ago? I don't remember if it was the last week. It was last week or the week before that. Where I was really low vibing it that day that I was seeing my client for the first time. And how that night afterwards I had the dream of my client, but it was me. Like, it was like if I was my client and I saw myself in parts. Like, I saw myself in parts. And then the next scene was that it was a masculine energy coming in. I thought it was my brother. But then when they covered the blanket over me, like they put it up to here to where I couldn't breathe. And then they whispered, what did they whisper? I'll be back. I'll be back. And I remember waking up, I was like, help, no. And that's when I realized, I was just like, oh my gosh, I think I was low vibing it enough to where, without wanting, that's the thing, sin querer, without wanting to, I don't think my clients realize how powerful they are, especially the ones that have experienced trauma, like intense trauma. And I was thinking about that. So I was thinking about my client, and then I came home like, before I meet with them, I need to clean my space. I need to stage my space. And I've been doing that more consistently. Some days I forget. But on some days where I know it's a little more heavy, I definitely do that. And then today I was like, I need to make sure I clean my space, at least my room, to make sure I sage it for protection. And then it just got me thinking, I'm like, well, Yubi, I'm not scared. I know I'm not scared, right? Because I know what I need to do when I feel an energy that is not allowed. Like I've practiced it enough to trust myself. And then that's when it got me thinking, I'm like, that my clients don't realize how powerful they are. The ones who I suspect are empaths, right? In how they're expressing, the way they receive information and can pick up on the slightest sensitivity and shift within the energies. And I just realized, I'm just like, this particular client doesn't know how powerful they are. Like, they really don't know how powerful they are. I mean, and I'm not going to tell them. One, because I don't know if they believe this world. Although there's a part of me that feels like they might because of other comments that they've made. But it made me think of how powerful we are not realizing it, right? In terms of what we manifest, what we create. I woke up with that statement in my mind because Abraham Hicks came out with another one. I woke up with these thoughts, becoming the artist of my life, right? Oh, it was the video of the Wellbeing channel was this person who was trying to figure out their life's purpose or something like that. I'll try to include the link if I purpose. Yeah, I'll try to include the link. And but that's this element of creating the universe that we want to see, right? So I started thinking about that movie Unbreakable with Mr. Glass. And how he, because then it just started getting me thinking of like, wow, my clients don't realize how powerful they are. And then it just jumped my thought process to this whole psychopathology, right, of certain individuals, right, on the other extreme, who can have this ability to create the opposite of love, right, which is violence, right, and hatred, and it's all still on the same spectrum, it's just on the other side, right? Pain is also opposite of love. But how it gets channeled, so it's like this. So it's like this. Hold on. It's how it gets channeled. It's how pain gets channeled. That's what it is. It's how pain gets channeled. It's a triangle. It's a triangle. It's how pain gets channeled. The energy of pain. It's how it gets channeled. That makes sense, right? Because if pain is just love that's being retracted to let go, then so is violence, stemming from pain as well. It's just the opposite, the other side. The expansion is just the opposite end. So it transforms into violence instead. So it goes back to pain. It goes back to pain. Right? I mean, I see it with my kids all the time. Right? Bullies, right? We talk about bullies. We talk about that oftentimes bullies have pain because they've been bullied before. That totally doesn't tell you, right? But I was thinking about that. Mr. Glass in that movie and how he was portrayed, right? Like, I mean, brilliant man. But how he channeled his pain, how he channeled his energy, right? Was different. And that's what I was thinking about my clients. The ones that are on that spectrum, the intense pain, the intense love, right? The intense emotional experience and of what they've encountered. And how they're just, I'm working with them still where they're in the middle of it, in the middle of the pain, trying to transmute that energy, right? And they have a choice. They have a choice as to how to channel that when they're ready, right? Everything's divine timing. Because I was even thinking about it, I'm like, I know that I'm powerful, but not like them. Not like them. Like, they are extremely powerful and they don't even realize how powerful they are. Why? Because my experience is I'm somewhere in the middle. like I was thinking about that. I'm like, I know pain, but I have like whiffs of the intensity on both spectrums, right? Like extreme pain with loss, right? With this recent experience over the past year and a half, like I've never experienced something like that before. That was my first like intense, like, you know. But then on the other end, I know what that feels like. I know what that feels like to not pick up on social cues. I know what it feels like to be silent. I know what it feels like to not be able to speak, to not understand what people say and missing jokes. Like I know what that feeling is like. So I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm somewhere in the middle where I know enough to put myself in their shoes. But my clients that are on that extreme of pain, that's so fascinating. That's what I was thinking about. And how powerful my client is, and they don't even know it. They don't even realize it. Not yet anyways. And then we think about, like, I was thinking about that too, just society right now and all the violence that's happening, right? I mean, it's all pain. It comes from pain. If we deconstruct it, it comes from pain at some point in their lives. Wow. I just want to share that. I mean, it may not be like a mind-blowing for me it was I was like, oh snap, it's just one in this. I need to stop moving my head because the vertigo is still there. It's lingering. It's definitely lingering. Like I can't really look up because it or shake my head a lot, but it's less, and I'm walking better. no chueca, but I'm walking better. Yeah. Anyways, all right. I just want to share that. Okay, for whatever it's worth. Hi. My name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us, in whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth. This just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else comes next for me.